I jumped off a building but didn't die. I became a zombie. To not worry my mom, I try my best to act like a normal person every day. In the morning, my neighbor Uncle Jang saw me jump down from the 3rd floor. He silently helped me put my fallen-off arm back on. Kiao-an, be more careful next time. Don't scare your mom. At noon, the courier saw my livid complexion. Bro, this is a blessing talisman from our temple's cultural products. If you stick it on your forehead, your mom won't notice anything unusual. At night, the community security guard, Uncle Wang, saw me hopping home. He quickly turned off the surveillance camera. Kid, walk home from now on. Don't make your mom suspicious. My name is Kiao-an. I died on an excessively sunny afternoon. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself lying in a cold morgue, covered with a white sheet. What should I do? With only my mom in my thoughts, I managed to sit up in a mechanically awkward posture. My body was like a rusted machine. Every movement made my joints creak and groan. I finally made it home. The person who opened the door was my mother, Shen Yuehua. She was stunned for a moment when she saw me, and tears instantly welled up in her eyes. She hugged me tightly, filled with the relief of having me back. And Anne, where did you run off to? Mom has been worried about you. I smelled the familiar scent of incense on her, but a strange, primitive craving surged in my throat. Hungry. It's good that you're hungry. I'll go make you something to eat. From that day on, I was alive again. It's just that this body was ghostly. I have no heartbeat, no breath. My skin has an unhealthy, pale white hue. I can't walk. I can only hop with my legs together. The worst part is, I have no interest in human food. But I drool over the heads of animals in wildlife shows on TV. To keep my mom from finding out, I began my arduous disguise. Every day before she wakes up, I hop downstairs. I'd loosen my stiff joints in the small woods behind our community. Today didn't go so well. I lost my balance when I landed, and my arm fell off with a snap. I was hopping on one foot, trying to pick my arm back up. It was Uncle Zhang, who was out for his morning exercise. Kiao-an, be more careful. Don't scare your mom. She has a weak heart. Hello, delivery. At noon, the courier, Lei Zun, came to deliver a package. He was so scared by my complexion that he almost dropped it. Bro, your situation is a bit serious. This is a cultural and creative talisman from our temple. Stick it on your forehead when you sleep at night, and your mom won't notice anything unusual. Don't worry, it's free. Just consider it making a friend. On my way home at night, to save energy, I chose the most efficient mode, hopping. Just as I hopped to the community gate, the security guard, Uncle Wang, suddenly popped his head out and waved frantically at me. Kid, how many times have I told you? Walk home, walk. If you keep hopping like this, your mom will get suspicious sooner or later. Uncle has already deleted this part of the surveillance footage. Don't let it happen again. Seeing them all worrying so much for me, a warm feeling flowed through me, even though I don't have a heart. I just got home. Shen Yuehua was walking out of the kitchen with a bowl of steaming hot soup. That strange aroma instantly captured all my senses. And Anne, you're back. Mom made you pig brain soup, like cures like, to nourish your little head. My little head. I stared at the bowl of milky white soup and fell into a deep silence. It turns out the whole world knows about my body except for my mom. She firmly believes I just have a strange illness. A strange illness that makes it hard for me to move, makes my complexion poor, and occasionally causes a part to fall off. She has tried everything to cure me. She thinks I limp because I'm calcium deficient. So she bought case after case of liquid calcium, forcing me to drink it morning, noon, and night. The sickeningly sweet taste almost made my stiff tongue tie itself in knots. Also, she thinks my pale complexion is due to poor qi and blood. So, from some remedy she learned somewhere, she brews red date, goji berry, and angelica root soup for me every day. Every time I hold that bowl of dark medicinal liquid, I feel like a villain about to be force-fed poison. The most torturous part is eating. I simply can't digest human food. Every time Mom looks at me with expectation, I can only brace myself and swallow the food with difficulty. Then, when she's not looking, I run to the bathroom. My stomach is now like a storage bag. And Anne, why have you lost weight again? Is the food not to your liking? It'll make you something different tomorrow. I can't speak. It seems my vocal cords have also stiffened up. Mom thinks my throat was damaged after my big illness. This well-intentioned misunderstanding is a heavy burden for me. One day, the community decided to hold a neighborhood potluck. Each family would bring a few dishes to share on a long table. Mom signed up and insisted on dragging me along, saying I needed to get out more and connect with the world. I was completely against it. So many people, so many prying eyes. It would be a socially disastrous scene for me, but I couldn't refuse her expectant gaze. After Uncle Jiang, Li Xun, and Uncle Wang found out, they held an emergency meeting in advance. Xiao Qiao can't go. There are too many people. What if someone with a loose tongue lets it slip? A potluck? With so much food, if Brother Qiao doesn't take a single bite, his mom will definitely get suspicious. He has to go. You know Shen Yuehua's personality. The more you stop her, the more she'll think her son is hiding something from her. Hell go. But we have to be fully prepared. A battle plan named Operation Protect Qiao An's Disguise was quickly formed among the 3 kind-hearted neighbors. On the day of the potluck, we arrived at the garden with a plate of cola chicken wings. The table was filled with a dazzling array of dishes. Mom enthusiastically greeted the neighbors. Old Jiang, could you please look after our An? He's not well. Don't worry, leave it to me. Uncle Jiang used his large frame to block the view of most people. Oh, it's Xiao Qiao you've recovered. Come, try some of Auntie's braised pork belly. It's rich but not greasy. Oh no, I can't. My old problem is acting up again. Everyone's attention was instantly drawn to him. Mom quickly went to support him, asking what was wrong. During the chaos, Uncle Jiang took the braised pork from my bowl and gave me a wink. I breathed a sigh of relief. Round 1 passed with flying colors. The atmosphere of the potluck grew more and more lively. With Uncle Jiang running interference, I successfully avoided several rounds of being offered food. He ate all the food offered to me, saying, "Let me try it for the kid." I looked at his bulging stomach, my heart filled with guilt. But trouble always arrives when you least expect it. My distant aunt, Qiao Man, actually came too. She's a relative from my dad's side. Our families were never close. She's a mean person. Oh, everyone's here, who loves to put on a show in front of others and gossip behind their backs. The moment she saw me, she almost burst out laughing. Well, if it isn't Xiao Qiao. I heard you jumped off a building. Why are you perfectly fine? Mom hates it when people bring this up. Sister-in-law, and Anne was just sick for a while. He's much better now. Sick? What kind of sickness turns a person's face as white as paper? Yuehua, it's not my place to say, but you should be careful you haven't run into something. I know a very powerful master. How about I ask him to come take a look for you? Miss Qiao, you can eat whatever you want, but you can't just say whatever you want. Xiao Qiao is just weak after a serious illness. We old neighbors have been watching over him. Exactly. Although Qiao Man said no more, her suspicious gaze was like a nail piercing through me. A wave of irritation surged through my dead body. I could smell the scent of her blood. It was more alluring than any food. I had to get out of here. I stood up stiffly, wanting to make an excuse to go to the bathroom. Just then, an accident happened. A child ran over holding a stick of candied haws and bumped right into my leg. My sense of balance is extremely poor. With that bump, my whole body fell straight backward. I'm done for. Brother Qiao, your delivery. Be careful when you walk. Uncle Wang said things weren't right over here and sent me for backup. Holding this fictional package, I felt like I had just received a secret weapon from the organization. Young man, you're out and about every day. You've seen a lot. Come and see. Does Xiao Qiao look sick to you? Auntie, you won't believe it. I just delivered a package the other day to a family in the same situation. I heard it's called, intermittent shock syndrome. Yes, that's the name when it acts up. They're just like Brother Qiao. Pale face, cold hands and feet. It gets better after a while. It's a new kind of illness from abroad, very rare. He made it sound so convincing, even I almost believed him. There's such a thing, of course. That family also said this illness is triggered by garlic. One whiff and it acts up. Qiao Man's face turned green. Li Xun's theory had temporarily fooled her. The potluck ended on a sour note. Mom was in a very bad mood and didn't say a word on the way home. I knew Qiao Man's words had stabbed her heart like a thorn. At night, I sat in my room, staring blankly at the moon outside. Zombies don't need to sleep. The long night is a form of torment for me. I heard my mom on the phone in the living room. Her voice was very low. She was contacting that master Qiao Man mentioned. We absolutely cannot let any master come to the house. My disguise is full of holes. A professional would see through it in a second. The next morning, as soon as Mom left to buy groceries, I immediately hopped over to Uncle Jiang's house. I explained the situation to him, and after he heard it, his expression instantly darkened. This is tricky. Your mom is desperately trying anything right now. That woman, Kiao Man, is the best at stirring up trouble. Uncle Zhang, Kiao Gay, this is bad. I just saw Kiao Man leading a man in a Taoist robe towards our complex. Don't panic. Where's Uncle Wang? Uncle Wang is at the gate stopping them. He said he can't let them in without an owner's permission, but he probably can't hold them for long. I'm worried. Qiao Lin, do this. Liu Lei, we'll go right now. Xiao Qiao, go home right now. Hide in your room, lock the door, and don't come out no matter who calls. Remember, don't let your mom see you. I understood what he meant. As long as I didn't show up, that master couldn't perform his ritual. I hopped home as fast as I could. Before long, I heard the door open. Mom was back. Yuehua, you're finally back. I've brought Master Huang for you. Master, please, take a look. Is my nephew possessed by some evil? No matter. Once this humble Taoist opens his celestial eye, I will know. I held the breath I didn't have, my heart in my throat. Master, how is it? An aura of death pierces the heavens. Your home is occupied by a century-old Jiangshi. It's over. He saw through me. Master, save me. Do not panic. I will set up a formation to force it to reveal itself. A clanging sound came from the living room. It seemed like he was setting something up. Yuehua, I told you I was right. It's a good thing I brought the master. My mind went completely blank. What should I do? Rush out or keep hiding? Open the door. Open up. It was Li Xun's voice. He was shouting through a megaphone, loud enough for the whole building to hear. Who dares to disturb this humble Taoist ritual? Ignore him, master. Please continue. 1 box of earthenware per person. Offer expires soon. If you don't open the door, I'm leaving. Why don't I go check it out first? Yuehua, don't fall for it. It must be that kid's accomplice. Whose apartment is leaking? 5th floor. Is your place leaking? The floor below has become a water curtain cave. Open up and check it quickly. My apartment isn't leaking. Hey, 5th floor, get down here right now. I heard them arguing in the hallway. I knew my neighbors had once again saved me. The farce finally ended with Master Huang being treated as a public nuisance and a scammer, escorted out of the complex by Uncle Wang. Qiaoman was pale with anger and eventually left in disgrace. Peace finally returned to our home, but Qiaoman is like a ticking time bomb. It didn't go off this time, but what about next time? Can I be this lucky every time? Mom was in low spirits. She didn't mention the master again, but that worry was deeply etched between her brows. She began to take care of me even more cautiously. She bought me thick cotton socks, saying my cold feet were due to poor circulation. She installed heavy blackout curtains in my room, saying my fear of light was a sign of weakness. She even started researching all kinds of brain-boosting recipes, pig brains, fish heads, walnuts. She made them for me in various ways. I looked at her increasingly gaunt face and the temples of her hair, where new white hairs appeared. A sense of helplessness overwhelmed me. My existence was slowly breaking her down. Maybe I should leave. Once this thought appeared, it grew wildly. Find a place where no one knows me, and quietly wait until my body rots into a pile of bones. That way, although Mom would be heartbroken, she could at least return to a normal life. I started to plan my departure. I couldn't take anything with me. Cards and a phone would expose my location. I just needed to go out the window late at night and then just keep hopping and hopping to a faraway place. I chose a rainy day. The sound of the rain could cover the noise of my hopping. As usual, I drank the walnut drink Mom brought me and watched her go back to her room, exhausted, to sleep. I stood in the living room and took one last look at the home where I had lived for over 20 years. On the wall hung a family portrait. In the photo, I was smiling brightly. Dad had his arm around Mom, looking blissful. Dad passed away early. In this home, only Mom and I were left, relying on each other. Mom, I'm sorry. Forgive me for leaving without a word. Where are you going? Where? It was Mom. Her eyes were bloodshot. I don't know when she woke up or how long she'd been standing there. You're leaving too, aren't you? Just like your dad. Are you also going to leave me all alone? I opened my mouth, but only meaningless growls came from my throat. Do you blame me? Blame me for being useless, for not being able to cure you? Blame me for being too annoying, for nagging you every day? Anan, just say something to Mom. Just one word, okay? She grabbed my hand. My hand was ice cold, without a trace of warmth. She was clearly stunned for a moment. The look in her eyes changed from heartache to panic and then to disbelief. She raised a trembling hand. wanting to touch my face. The cool sensation made her pull her hand back. Then she tried to check my pulse, but couldn't feel one. Not giving up, she pressed her ear to my chest. For a moment, time seemed to stand still. I watched the color drain from her face. Those eyes, once always filled with adoration and warmth, were now filled with immense fear and the truth. She knew. All my pretenses were shattered in that instant. I thought Mom would scream, faint, or, as Kyaoman said, treat me like some unclean thing. But she didn't. She was truly looking at me. She raised her still trembling hands and gently placed them on my face again. This time, she didn't pull back. Are you cold? Mom's tears fell onto my skin, but they brought no warmth. Don't go, okay? Don't leave, Mom. She opened her arms and hugged me, just like when I was little. My body was as stiff as a rock. But she held me very, very tightly. No matter what you've become, you're still Mom's Anon. As long as you're here, Mom isn't afraid of anything. It felt like something inside me was struck hard by those words. I raised my stiff arms and, copying her, awkwardly hugged her back. The two of us held each other like that until dawn. After the secret was out, life actually became easier. I no longer had to pretend. I could hop around openly at home. Slow down. Don't wake up Grandma Wang downstairs. I no longer had to force myself to eat those hard-to-swallow meals. Today's pig brains don't look very fresh. Tomorrow, we'll buy from another place. She even bought me a small refrigerator specifically for my room to store my rations. To make my complexion look rosier, she learned how to apply makeup. Every morning, she would patiently apply a thin layer of foundation and blush for me. Our Anan is so handsome, we can't let this illness ruin it. I looked at my rosy-cheeked self in the mirror, feeling both absurd and warm. The neighbors in the complex soon found out about it too. Mom was the one who told them. She invited Uncle Zhang, Li Shun, and Uncle Wang to our home and made them tea. Then, she calmly told them, I know everything about Anan. Thank you all for these past days. Yuehua. We. I know you were all doing it for my own good, afraid that this old woman couldn't handle the shock. But it's okay now. As long as this child is by my side, I'm not afraid of anything. From that day on, Operation Protect Qiao An was officially upgraded to Project Guard the Happy Life of Qiao An and his mother. Uncle Zhang used his connections to get a certificate for a rare disease to help me deal with any inspections. Li Xun, from who knows where, procured a Jiangxi self-cultivation manual and would study with me every day on how to control the craving for fresh blood and how to make my body a bit more flexible. Uncle Wang, meanwhile, took over all the heavy lifting for our family. He warned the kids in the complex not to go near Building 5 because a patient who needed quiet rest lived there. My life entered an unprecedented state of peace and harmony until Kiao Man showed up again. She brought a strange man with her. Yuehua, let me introduce you. This is Professor Chen, a renowned brain specialist. Kiao Man looked smug. It was as if the incident with the master had never happened. Auntie, is something wrong? Anan needs to rest. Of course I know he needs to rest. I am here precisely because of his illness. Professor Chen is an authority in this field. It wasn't easy for me to get her here. How can you be so ungrateful? Mr. Kiao's condition is indeed quite unique. Our hospital recently acquired a brand new set of examination equipment, specifically for examining these types of neurological issues. I'd like to ask Mr. Kiao to come to the hospital for a comprehensive brain scan. That won't be necessary. Anan's condition is very stable right now. It's not suitable for him to be moved. Yuehua, what's wrong with you? If he's sick, he needs treatment. You don't actually believe that nonsense from the delivery boy about intermittent shock syndrome, do you? I think you've been possessed. My son isn't sick. Auntie, if you have no other business, please leave. You are not welcome in our home. Fine, I offer my kindness, and you throw it back in my face. You protect this thing that's neither human nor ghost. Sooner or later, you'll regret it, I felt terrible seeing Mom so angry. I thought the matter would end there, but I underestimated Kiao Man's persistence. Kiao Man sued Mom for guardianship. She was looking at some documents about my future living arrangements. It said she could arrange my life properly, with lots of supporting materials next to it. There were photos taken secretly before, and also a professional report on my daily condition. How could this be? This woman was trying to take over my life. The court date arrived quickly. Qiao Man's lawyer was a sharp-tongued, middle-aged woman. She was aggressive from the start. Your Honor, my client is acting entirely out of concern for her nephew, Mr. Qiao An. As is well known, Mr. Qiao An has a history of suicidal behavior. This in itself shows he has serious psychological problems. And his guardian, Ms. Shen Yuehua. After Mr. Qiao An returned home, not only did she not actively seek professional medical help, but instead listened to the rumors of charlatans, delaying treatment. She even spoke ill of the experts who came to help. We have reason to suspect that Ms. Shen Yuehua's current mental state makes her unfit to continue as Mr. Qiao An's guardian. Then it was our turn. Uncle Zhang was the first to stand up as a witness. Your Honor, Shen Yuehua and I have been old neighbors for decades. We all know what kind of person she is. She loves her child, valuing little Qiao more than her own life. After little Qiao came home, she took care of him with all her heart. The boy's condition improved day by day. We neighbors all saw it with our own eyes. Condition improved? Judging by his state and behavior, it doesn't look like he's improved at all. Next, Li Sun and Uncle Wang also explained the situation. The other side's questioning was very aggressive. Everyone found it hard to respond. The situation was very unfavorable for us. Ms. Shen, regarding Ms. Qiao's accusation that you refused professional treatment for Mr. Qiao An, do you have anything to say? My son, Qiao An, doesn't have a mental illness. He just has a very special disease. It's a disease modern medicine can't explain. But we've been using our own methods to help him get better. By your own methods, do you mean stewed pig brain soup? Order, Mr. Qiao An. As the person concerned, what are your own thoughts? Are you willing to accept the guardianship of your aunt, Miss Qiao Man? Li Sun gave me a magical elixir he obtained. It allowed my vocal cords to recover temporarily. I am not willing. I just want to be with my mom. Your Honor, Mr. Qiaoan's answer may not be of his own free will, given his special mental condition. We request the court to order a professional psychiatric evaluation for him. This was their goal all along. As long as I'm certified as mentally ill, my words will lose all weight. The judge frowned. He seemed a bit hesitant. Your Honor, I am Zhou Guojing, the director of the city's central hospital. Perhaps I can offer some explanation for Mr. Qiao's strange illness. Director Zhao's appearance instantly reversed the situation. He wasn't just the director of the city's central hospital, but also a leading authority in neurology in the country. His words carried weight. More than 10 Professor Chens combined. Qiao Man and her lawyer obviously recognized Zhou Guojing. Both of their faces changed. Director Zhou, why are you here? I heard about Mr. Qiao An's case. I also saw the so-called diagnostic opinions submitted by Dr. Chen. Forgive me for being blunt, but that report is highly unprofessional. It's full of subjective speculation. The mentioned Professor Chen was sitting in the gallery, his face flushing and paling. This is research material from our hospital's newly established task force. We are studying an extremely rare acquired neurological condition, codenamed zombie syndrome. Director Zhou was spouting nonsense with a straight face. Patients with this disease have extremely faint heart rates and breathing, so much so that they are difficult to detect with standard equipment. It is also accompanied by stiff limbs, abnormal skin tone, photophobia, and a peculiar preference for seclusion. These symptoms are all consistent with Mr. Qiao An's situation. A high degree of consistency. Although this condition is rare, it is not incurable. The most crucial treatment is not medication, but a stable, secure family environment and the love and support of family. Forcibly separating the patient from his closest family will only worsen his condition and lead to irreversible consequences. Your Honor, this is just his side of the story. How do we know they didn't conspire? My student, Dr. Chen, can verify every word I've said. After all, he joined our hospital because he was interested in this topic, right? Yes, Your Honor. Everything Director Zhou said is true. Mr. Qiaoan's symptoms are indeed consistent with the characteristics of zombie syndrome. I previously issued my diagnostic opinion because I didn't have a deep understanding of this new disease, which led to a misjudgment. This court hereby dismisses all claims by the plaintiff, Qiao Man. The original ruling on Mr. Qiao's guardianship is upheld. That's great, Shen Yuehua. Don't get complacent. Don't think you're off the hook just because you found a hospital director. This isn't over. What do you want? And Anne is your own nephew. Why must you treat him like this? My own nephew? I don't have a nephew who is neither human nor ghost. Shen Yuanhua, I'm telling you, you've made me lose so much face today. I won't let you off. Watching her retreating figure, the anger in my heart surged again. Don't worry, little Kiao. We're here. Yeah, I'm not alone. Yeah, they're all standing by my side. Behind me is a warm and fearless alliance. After the court turmoil, Xiao Man quieted down for a while. Our lives seemed to have returned to normal. Director Zhou prescribed me a bunch of calming agents, which were mainly vitamin pills, and had Li Xun deliver them regularly. He also observed my condition. Under the guidance of Li Xun's zombie self-care manual, I tried some exercises. For example, practicing using my mind to control my body's stiffness to make more refined movements, instead of just hopping rigidly. The effect was significant. I could gradually walk like a normal person. Although I was still a bit slow and my arms and legs moved in unison, I could even, under my mom's guidance, learn to pick up a peanut with chopsticks every time I made a little progress. Mom would be as happy as a child. And Anne, you're amazing, much faster than when you learned to walk as a baby. The house was filled with laughter again, but I knew this peace was temporary. Xiaoman would never give up so easily. Sure enough, trouble came knocking soon. Sister Shen, this is bad. Xiaoman brought a group of reporters. They're blocking the community entrance, saying they want to expose some zombie boy. Her words exploded like a bomb in the quiet night. Windows were pushed open one after another as neighbors poked their heads out, murmuring among themselves. You're making me so mad. You're making me so mad, Mom. Close the window. Don't be afraid, I'm here. I've died once already. There's nothing left to fear. But if anyone wants to hurt my mom and destroy the life we have now, I will never allow it. I was wrong. Residents inside, please open the door. We're reporters from Urban News. If you don't leave, I'm calling the police. Fine, let the police come and see what you're hiding in your house. What's all the shouting? It's the middle of the night. Are you trying to keep people from sleeping? It's you again, old man. This is none of your business. Get lost. This is our community's hallway. It's a public area. You people, with your cameras, blocking someone's door, have seriously disrupted our normal lives. Security guard Wang, call the police. Roger that. Don't listen to him. If you film a zombie today, it'll definitely be headline news. Aya. Why are you screaming like a ghost in the middle of the night? My son has his college entrance exams tomorrow. Mom, I think there might be a misunderstanding. Maybe we should leave first. We can leave, Auntie Shen. I'm back. Yo, what's all the commotion? Auntie, are you throwing a party? What did you call me? You're my auntie, my mom's older sister. Don't you recognize me? I am little Xun, your mom? Impossible. Look, this is a photo of you holding me when I was a child. My mom said you doted on me the most. Good thing I photoshopped the picture in advance. Auntie, how could you not recognize me? Just a few days ago, my mom was talking about you. She said you suffered a lot to support the family when you were young, which is why you have a bit of a temper. She told me I must be filial to you. Auntie, do you have some kind of misunderstanding about our brother little Kiao? He's my cousin, we're family. He just has a strange illness. How could you say he's a zombie? Those words are so hurtful. I'm speechless. I thought this was some big news story, a family drama. This isn't what I wanted. All right, everyone disperse. Let them resolve their family matters themselves. Everyone, go home and get some rest. You people. Good boy, thanks to you today. Auntie Shen, it's nothing. It's everyone's duty to protect Brother Qiao. Little Qiao has grown up. He knows how to protect his mom now. I looked at them, and the icy coldness boiling with anger in my heart gradually turned into a warm current. That night, I had a dream. I dreamt I was back on that afternoon. The wind was so strong I couldn't open my eyes. Below was a bottomless abyss. Just as I was about to leap, countless hands reached up from below. They pulled me back from the edge of the abyss. I woke up before dawn. I suddenly remembered something my mom told me a long time ago. Her greatest wish was to see me start a family and have a career, and then she would travel the world. In my current state, I'm afraid I can't start a family or a career, but perhaps I can help her fulfill her other wish. I turned on the computer and searched for the 10 most beautiful tourist destinations in the world. Perhaps I can take her to see the world. My travel plans with Mom received unanimous support from the neighbors. Thank you, Dr. Zhou. Director Zhou helped my mom and me with all the documents and procedures. Uncle Zhang took out his private savings that he'd treasured for years and insisted on giving it to us as travel funds. Uncle Wang thumped his chest and promised he would guard our home 24/7 and never let Xiao Man cause trouble again. And Li Xun became my dedicated logistics support. He used his global delivery network to arrange special supplies at each destination in advance. Brother Qiao, don't worry. Global direct delivery, freshness guaranteed, let's go. That day, all the neighbors in our community came to see us off. They stuffed Mom's hands with all kinds of food and essentials, reminding her to take care and have fun. Mom's eyes reddened again and again. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all so much. Although I couldn't show any expression on my face, my heart was already a storm of emotions. We went to Paris. We saw the Mona Lisa's smile at the Louvre. We watched the sunset on the banks of the Seine. Anan, it's so beautiful here. If only your dad were here too. That night, I got a vacuum-packed sheep's brain from a street contact Li Xun had arranged in advance. Though not as good as pig's brain, it would do. We went to Switzerland to see the endless snow-capped mountains, and then to Italy. We tossed coins into the fountain in Rome to make a wish. We went to Greece and felt the sea breeze in a blue and white town on the Aegean Sea. The smiles on Mom's face grew more and more frequent. Her whole being radiated a new glow, and I also noticed some changes in myself during the trip. My body didn't seem as stiff as before. Under the sun, although I still felt discomfort, it wasn't the burning sensation I used to get. I could even feel the spot where my long-stopped heart was. Occasionally, there would be a faint throb, like a weak electric current passing through. For the last stop of our journey, we went to Yunnan. We stayed in a quiet little courtyard. Mom and I cooled off in the yard while she read her travel diary to me. Anan learned to tie her own shoelaces today. Even though they were crooked, I was still very happy. She's getting better little by little. I believe one day she'll make a full recovery. I looked at my mother's sleepy eyes and the growing number of white hairs at her temples. An unprecedentedly strong emotion broke through my body's restraints. It was a mix of love, guilt, and gratitude. A complex emotion. I felt a clear, powerful sound coming from my chest. My heart, after a year of silence, had started beating again. I was back. I was no longer a walking corpse. I was alive again. Mom, thank you for never giving up on me. Thank you for creating a miracle with your love. When I walked into the community like a normal person, all the neighbors had expressions of shock and ecstasy. Qiao Ge, you're better, you're really better.